Case number 24CR41874, the State of Ohio versus Marcy Bauer. Ms. Bauer, when we spoke last, you had indicated that you were going to retain counsel. It's my understanding you have not done that. Is that correct?
Correct.
All right. Do you not have the funds to hire an attorney?
I chose not to, yes. My son is going to grad school, and he would have to pay the attorney, and then I would have to pay him back, which until I get out of here, I don't know if I will still have a job and can afford to pay him back. So I'd rather do this on my own, and he can have his money for grad school.
All right. So do you want me to appoint you counsel then?
I put in a few messages about that, but if that's going to take another week or so, I'd rather just kind of discuss what's going on.
Well, I can't really discuss what's going on until we sort out this counsel issue, because you have a right to counsel, and if you don't want to proceed with counsel, then you have to make a waiver of counsel,
Right.
and that has to be done knowingly, intelligently, and voluntarily.
Yes.
And at this point in time, so you need to make that. You really need to make that decision first before we go any further.
Well, I'd like to waive, because I just like to try to get on with my life and figure out everything. Please.
All right, Mr. Logs is going to hand you a form. It is a waiver of counsel form that
You're finished reading.
Okay, here we go.
Side where it's marked defendant.
Thank you.
23 days, Your Honor.
Thank you. All right, Ms. Bauer, is that your signature?
Yes, sir.
Did you read this document?
Yes, Your
Can
Honor.
you believe you understand what it says?
I do.
Giving up a very valuable right.
I understand
Has
that.
anyone promised you anything or threatened you in any way to get you to waive your right to counsel?
No, they
Are
haven't.
you under the influence today of any drugs or alcohol?
No, I am.
This moment right here is more important than a lot of viewers may realize. When the judge talks about a knowing, intelligent, and voluntary waiver of counsel, he's making sure the defendant fully understands that she is giving up one of the most powerful rights in the legal system, the right to an attorney. And once she signs that waiver, there's no legal expert standing beside her to object, negotiate, or protect her from saying something damaging. That's a huge gamble in a probation violation hearing where jail time is absolutely on the table. What makes this even more intense is that she's clearly making the decision because of financial pressure and fear of burdening her son. Question for you guys watching: would you ever represent yourself in court if it meant saving your family money?
All right, the court's going to make a finding then that you've made a knowing, intelligent, and voluntary waiver of your right to counsel, and I will accept that. Now, as for the allegations of the violation of your probation, do you want to have a hearing, or do you admit to the violation?
I don't want to go any further than today, so I would like to admit with explanation.
What is your explanation?
Well, first of all, this has just been a long process, and I have wanted help the whole time. My son is very aware that he knows when I'm drinking and when I'm not. He knows I've been doing everything that I've wanted to do to get better, and I have done everything. I quit a job that was my dream job to try to make things work and get out of a worse atmosphere. I was driving here for probation meetings from 5 hours away at 2 a.m. to get here on time and on my only days off and going back to work, and I quit that job. I have since gotten 2 other jobs that were $70,000 a year. The first one I lost because after 30 days they did a background check and found out about all this. I quickly got another one and was on the way there from going to probation to fill out all my paperwork, so I have no idea if I have that job or not. I also got on Medicaid in 4 days. I moved back here for this as well, and to take care of my father, because I was in Florida with my own radio show. I came back here, and I was working and got another charge in Indiana. And the very first call I made was to Officer Torg. I have kept in constant communication of our entire relationship. There are thousands, probably, I'm exaggerating, but probably 100 at least emails proving of my contact, which I know he's extremely busy. I'm not his only priority, but I never get return answers. And
You can hear the frustration building here. She's not just defending herself. She's trying to prove that she's been fighting for her life behind scenes. She's talking about losing jobs, moving states, treatment programs, medical insurance, mental health medication, probation check-ins, and constant communication attempts. And legally speaking, this is where these hearings get complicated. Probation courts don't just look at whether someone struggled. They look at compliance. Did you follow the exact conditions? Did you report properly? Did you test clean? The court often sees effort and compliance as two different things entirely. But emotionally, you can tell she wants the judge to see the human side of the situation, not just the violations listed on paper.
I have tried everything I've done. I got unmedicated 4 days so I could pay for the $10,000 IOP that I had to take care of, which I got on immediately, and I graduated from the day before I was arrested this time. And early, I didn't ask to get out early. I didn't even know when it was going to end. So I was going in the mornings, doing that, and then going straight to work and working till midnight. And I have not had a decent night's sleep the entire time due to SoberLink because I have to set an alarm to wake up, and sometimes it doesn't even wake me up. My health has been an issue. Everyone, I think, knows that. And I have gotten, since I was on Medicaid, I've gotten in primary care. I got back on my mental health meds. I was starting this day after I got arrested. I was to have my first individual therapy session to continue with the IOP, which they told me I was ready to go, which I said, and I even stayed an extra week. He said, you can go this week or next week. And I said, I enjoy it. I'm not trying to get out of anything. I wanted help because I knew mental health is a big part of my issue of drinking. And since I've been here, I went 7 days without my blood pressure medicine and 7 days without my Prozac, which I had gotten on and was doing well on both. My blood pressure was 170 over 114. And they never even took it again. And when I didn't show up I blew positive on the SoberLink. 15 minutes later on the retest, I did not. I had been vomiting for 2 days because I was ill, which I communicated. I got summoned on a Sunday night to come in here for the third time. I live an hour away. Other times I showed up and I was negative. And this time I was on bed rest. I have 2 doctor's notes. I have a note. It was a level 3 snow emergency from an hour away. And I contacted and I came several times every day. And no one would answer. So I contacted the attorney and he said that you should have this, no problem. I think you're completely creating this in your head. Why in the world would you think they're going to arrest you? And I said, because they have in the past. So I came and I got arrested, and I don't know if I have that job anymore, and my medicine's all screwed up now. And I'm not drinking, I'm not doing anything wrong, I feel like I've had to jump through 500 hoops, and I'm doing it because I spent a lot of time researching the place to go so I would get mental health, not just substance abuse. And I found a really good place, and the counselor was great. And I just want to get on with my life and contribute to society like I have been. I've never been on assistance in my life, and I've had to go on SNAP. I just want my life back. Today, my rent is not just due. It's, of course, past due, and it's the day where they're going to break my lease if I don't pay it or have my son pay it. And then I'm going to have to...
This is where the hearing shifts from legal defense into raw personal collapse. Listen to everything piling up at once. Possible job loss, overdue rent, medical issues, strained family finances, fear of homelessness, and the pressure of addiction recovery all happening simultaneously. And here's what stands out. She keeps repeating one phrase in different ways. I just want my life back. That line tells you exactly where her mental state is. But courts also hear emotional testimony every single day, and judges are trained to separate sympathy from accountability. The big question becomes, should probation systems prioritize strict enforcement, or should they bend more when someone appears to be actively trying to recover?
Sell my car because unless I still have my job, and then I can pay my son back in time, but if not, I'm not going to be able to. He doesn't have the money to do that either, so I'm going to sell my car, and I don't know what I'll do after that, but I know that I don't belong in here right now. And I know that I'm not the only one, and I know I don't make the rules, and I know I don't run Officer Torque's schedule, and he's been very good to me, but I can never get in contact with him. And I've talked to his boss, I've talked to his Officer Evans, they all return calls. And that's the only issue, and I just want, I was told if there was any more issues with the SoberLink, I'd go on the ankle bracelet. I don't care. I'm not drinking. It doesn't matter. I wasn't wanting to wear it because it worked, but I'll just have to get long pants. I just want my life back, and I don't want to hurt my son anymore. My bunkmate had a seizure this morning. I had to roll her over on her side, and I don't even know if she's okay. It's people are snorting coffee in the bathroom. I mean, it's just a lot. I just really want to get back to my life and do good things and not be in trouble anymore. My individual therapy is going to be the most important part because I've had a lot of trauma and I've never really dealt with it. I've just worked too hard and ignored it and drank and shoved my feelings down. And I'm just now opening up and dealing with all that, and I got my meds back, and I was doing great. I just please want another chance to get my life back, please, before it's too late, and then I don't have anything left.
Ms. Bauer, thank you for all of that. Obviously, I have people that come before me every day that have excuses and want to offer reasons for their behavior. A lot of what you said to me is just that, excuses. You've had an alcohol problem for more than 25 years. This case did not deal with alcohol, but it dealt with methamphetamine. Now you're claiming you have mental health issues, which is odd, since I just reviewed your pre-sentence investigation, and other than having ADHD, you did not report any mental health issues at the time. So see, people, when they do the pre-sentence investigation or an ILC assessment, they often try to minimize to the assessor what their issues are. But for over 25 years, you've been struggling with alcohol. You've been through treatment a number of times, and yet you continue to come in here and offer to me excuses. A lot of times when defense attorneys get their clients deals, and you got a great deal here because you went from a felony to a misdemeanor. Your attorney did and it could be it's a disservice at this time because the consequences are significantly less for a misdemeanor than they are for a felony. So once again, here we are, and you have been unable to comply with the terms and conditions of your probation on a misdemeanor. So you avoid the felony charge, but you really have not gotten the help that you need, and maybe it's going to take rock bottom. But Officer Torek has been here for a number of years. He is an excellent supervising officer. I have every faith and all confidence in him. And for you to sit there and to badmouth him and to say that this is somehow his fault that you find yourself in the Warren County Jail it's to me ridiculous. So I'm not going to listen to any more. Based on Officer Torek's recommendation, this is not working. You're not supervisable because you're not going to follow the rules. So I'm going to order you to serve 90 days in the Warren County Jail. You'll get credit for the 20 days that you have already served, and then you will be terminated from supervision. Just keep in mind that if you do not follow the rules at the county jail, if you misbehave and receive an infraction there, that additional days could be added to your sentence. Ms. Tranter, is there anything else?
No, sir. Thank you.
All right, that's all.
Thank you. I'd just like to say that I did not badmouth him. I pointed out facts that he never returns my messages. Thank you for everything.
Yeah.